USC was the dream, and LMU felt like home. So why did I end up going with ASU instead of my dream schools? The decision wasn't easy, and quite frankly, I didn't even think I was going to end up here, but here's why ASU was the right move for me. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit more personal. I'm going to be walking you through one of the toughest decisions of my life: choosing a college. USC was one of the first schools that really resonated with me. The campus was stunning, the energy was lively, it was diverse, and there was just a lot of creative energy just flowing in and out of that campus. And plus, I already knew a few people who went there, so I kind of got the vibe without actually kind of getting the vibe first. You know what I mean? In 2023, me and my mom went to go tour a few colleges, and originally I wanted to go to UCLA, but there were no time slots available, so we ended up choosing USC, and that tour changed everything. I want to major in marketing, but I also want to continue to pursue my acting career. If you didn't know, I am an actress, so be sure to check out my IMDb. When I looked deeper into USC, I found that there was a perfect program that was kind of the mesh between both worlds. It was called Business of Cinematic Arts. Honestly, like I said, it was a degree combining both the business world and the entertainment industry, which was absolutely perfect for the career that I want to go for. At the time, I really couldn't see myself going anywhere else, and USC was really the school for me. Fast forward to senior year, I started applying to colleges. Even though my priority was USC, I still decided to apply to every California school that I could, just in case, because I wanted to be closer to more industry work. California has better industry access. I can also do in-person auditions or local hire work. Around my birthday, I decided to visit a few more California schools: UCLA, Chapman, and LMU. And again, LMU was one of the schools I just applied to as a just in case to keep my options open. But when I toured that school, I was in absolute awe. Let me tell you, this campus was beautiful. The architecture was amazing. It was so peaceful, but it was still alive. And get this, the campus was close to LAX and the beach, so I'm able to travel if I need to and go to the beach. Like, who doesn't want that? Shout out to my tour guide, John, because he showed me all the best places on campus. The part that really got me was this place called The Bluff. And if you didn't know, LMU kind of sits on this hill, able to see all of Los Angeles. There's just this view that's amazing, and you just have to be there to see it. Once I left that campus, I just had this feeling in my gut. I was like, this feels like home. I loved it. And then came the longest wait of my life. January hits, and finally the early action decisions start rolling in. I got into a lot of schools through early action, like Chapman, Arizona State, Mount St. Mary's, Clark Atlanta, Georgia State, and a few more. But not all of the news was good. I was deferred from both USC and LMU. LMU was one of the first schools that I heard back from. Even though it wasn't an actual rejection, it still really hurt. And then soon after came USC's deferral letter, and that one kind of broke my spirit. I felt like, honestly, if my dream schools didn't want me right away, that they didn't want me at all. I really saw myself going there. I just automatically thought that that's it. This is my reality now. And so it really kind of broke my spirit, and I was really sad. I still had hope because it wasn't a complete rejection, it was just a deferral. So I just have to wait and see what the next decision is gonna be. After those early action decisions, I won't lie, I was in my feelings, but it was kind of more of a reality check. It made me realize that I had to start exploring other options instead of just staying stuck in one place. So I had to pivot. Even though my heart still is with USC and LMU, I had to start exploring other options. Looked at all the other schools that I got into. I did narrow it down to a few contenders, but most of them were out of state, which was an exciting new fresh start, but not all of them, if not most of them, weren't in California. It was a big shift for me. Fast forward, time skip to April 1st. That was decision day. That was the day that everything was supposed to be revealed. All of the college decisions. And I did get into a few more colleges, but there were still a few names that were holding my heart: USC and LMU. First, I opened my decision letter from USC. USC decision. Ready? Dang, rejected. I was officially rejected. Was I hurt? Absolutely. Did it break me? It didn't. It told me something. Maybe I was going past it. Maybe I put USC on this pedestal for so long that I didn't even realize that I was already moving on emotionally. Still, it was my dream school, so it did sting, but it didn't break me, which I'm proud of myself for that. A few days later, I opened my decision letter to LMU. So I wasn't rejected, but I wasn't accepted either. I was waitlisted. And also, get this, I was also offered a spot in LMU's 2026 guaranteed transfer program. And the requirements were as long as I have a certain GPA and take these certain courses and check a few other boxes, I was guaranteed admission to LMU my sophomore year, which was kind of crazy. At first, I really didn't know how to feel. It was like being told that they wanted me, just not yet. I had really dreamed of going onto that campus as a freshman, but now I had to wait a whole year. It felt like a rejection all over again. After hearing back from LMU and USC, I felt really stuck. Sure, I had options from other schools, but this was not really what I expected to happen. So I had to ask myself, was I going to keep chasing what could be, or was I going to choose what was right in front of me? Now, I'll be real with you, ASU was not at the top of my list. As a matter of fact, it was probably one of the ones closer to the bottom. But once I started thinking about things more practically, things started to shift. I live in Arizona, so I'd be receiving in-state tuition. With how expensive colleges are nowadays, you really can't beat in-state tuition. And some of you might be wondering, why don't you choose another in-state university like U of A or NAU or GCU? To be honest, if I was gonna be home, I'd rather be close to my family than not, but still have a little bit of distance to have independence. ASU is about 30 minutes away from my home, so if I wanted to, I can come home anytime I want. And get this, there's another ASU campus about 10 minutes away from here. ASU offers a free public shuttle service that runs between campuses. So if I wanted to, I can come home within a class period, which is a luxury. This was a really tough decision for me, and honestly, it took me a while to accept it. But once I saw the bigger picture, I started to realize why it was the right decision for me. Now, honestly, I'm really excited to start my journey at ASU in the fall. But also, who knows? The LMU offer is still on the table. I might be an LMU student next year, if it's within God's will. If you're a high school student that's struggling with their decision, trust me, I get it. It's hard when you're a school that you really wanted to attend, it doesn't work out. But let me tell you something. It is okay if your path isn't what you thought it was going to be. Everything happens for a reason. I'll be the first one to say that you are going to end up where you are supposed to end up. And hey, you're building your future, and that's something to be excited about. If you already made your decision and you know where you're going this fall, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hype you up. But if you're still trying to figure everything out, that's okay. I'm sending you so much love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and send it to anybody who needs to hear it. But this is it for the video. Let me know if you want to hear more honest reviews and more sit-down talks, because I just want to keep posting content. Nadia signing off. That was so cringe.